Hillary Clinton says her husband absolutely should not have resigned following the Monica Lewinsky scandal. In an interview for CBS Sunday Morning, the former First Lady and presidential candidate spoke with Tony Dokoupil about the record number of women running for office in 2018. She was also asked about her husband's conduct while president.
There are people who look at the incidents of the 90s and they say a president of the United States cannot have a consensual relationship with an intern. The power imbalance is too great.
Who was an adult. But let me ask you this. Where's the investigation of the current incumbent, against whom numerous allegations have been made, and which he dismisses, denies, and ridicules? So there was an investigation, and it, as I believe, came out in the right place.
Tony Dokoupil is here with more from that interview. Tony, good morning. You asked the question.
I did ask the question. It was a wide-ranging conversation. This was about an hour-long conversation. And, you know, Hillary Clinton knows more than perhaps anyone about what it's like to be a woman in politics. She's a two-time presidential candidate, and she became, in 2016, the first woman to win a major party's nomination. We sat down to talk about sexism, politics, and why this year's crop of female candidates may still feel like they're running uphill.
What warnings do you have as we reach crunch time in the 2018 campaign for the women who are out there running?
You just have to be yourself. Come hell or high water, you just have to be yourself. And
say more about the hell part.
Yeah, no, sometimes it is so apparent that you are being judged on your hair, your clothes, all of that. And you know, you look over at the males running and, you know, they're no fashion icons, but nobody is saying, I'm not voting for him because he didn't comb his hair. I'm not voting for him because, you know, his suit is rumpled.
Of course, even as Hillary Clinton supports female candidates, she holds a complicated position in the Me Too era. Remember, her husband, President Bill Clinton, was accused of multiple acts of sexual misconduct before becoming president and was impeached over lies he told about his relationship with a White House intern. Hillary Clinton stood by his side through all of that.
Looking back, do you wish you had done things differently in your personal life in the 90s? And if you had, do you think it would have helped you politically in 2016?
It's an easy question to answer no. No on both counts. I did what I thought was right, and I feel very good about that.
But when you support women now who are running with their stories of sexual assault front and center, does it make it more difficult for you to be forward as a supporter when you have not contended fully with the accusers in your own life?
Well, no, because there was the most intense, comprehensive investigation. People forget that, and I don't. I remember it very clearly.
And in retrospect, do you think Bill should have resigned, President Clinton should have resigned in the 90s in the wake of the Monica Lewinsky scandal?
Absolutely not.
So it wasn't an abuse of power?
No.
You do not believe he should have resigned?
No.
How do you contend with members of your own party now saying he should have?
That's their right to their opinion, but they were not in the middle of it.
Now, Bill and Hillary Clinton will kick off a series of speaking engagements together next month in Las Vegas, where I imagine this may come up yet again. Now, of course, the past never changes. People's perspective on the past tends to change, but it appears in this case, Hillary Clinton's perspective has not.
Even Monica Lewinsky's perspective has changed over what she said even, a few decades ago.
Yeah, I asked her in summary, is there a double standard being applied here? And Hillary was quite clear, no, there's not, or if there is, it's one that benefits the current occupant of the White House.
Yeah. She is so much more than what her husband did in the Oval Office. She is her own person and continues to be defined by that.
All right. Thank you, Tony Dokoupil.